handsome fella again? I think so, but there are those that would disagree with that. Which brings me to another interesting video subject topic this fine evening of mine, which is what we deem to be of perfection, of equality. Now, there are many people who have an idea of what they feel is of perfection, and that might regard a person, a particular city, a portrait, a song, a color. You get my point there, but that thing, perfection, is something that is so on a grand scale that I feel as though many or all must mutually agree on that regarding whatever is deemed of perfection, because everybody is different. Like what one person think is beautiful, splendid, and remarkable, the next person might not. That is an overstatement of the varieties out there which offer us many things in which we appreciate and we come to like. And there are many that place the title on things as being, this is a perfect portrait. This is a perfect car. This is a perfect scenery view in which we feel we must capture this moment and keep it with us as long as we can. And then one person might say, another person might say, well, it's all right. You don't have to say all that. That buddy, that's a bit over appreciating it, wouldn't you say? But, not necessarily, because that person might feel that way about that scenery, which captured a particular mood. So, in other words, that person has placed a title of perfection over that scenery in which that person found to his liking, but others may disagree. And some feel that perfection has a lot to do with imperfection as well, because everybody is not going to mutually agree to like something equally and evenly, no matter how remarkable that thing is deemed by so many. Somebody will always find fault in it, and you hear people like that. I know people like that too, that if they try to nitpick at everything. Like they might go to a good movie, and a movie might be accepted by the masses. It might have slight flaws in it, but it might be near perfect or near of perfection. But you always see people out there, they nitpick and try to find the smallest things, the smallest details in something, and then be overly or openly critical of it, rather than just sitting down, enjoying the film and having a fine evening. So, that's the case. If someone is trying to nitpick at something, then it does not meet their standard of perfection, because something that is of perfection would be totally captivating, totally grabbing, totally alluring, in which that person will see no wrong in, and they will give their stamp of approval or give their 5-star rating for it. And that thing that is of perfection, which is imperfection, has a lot to do with, you appreciating something that might not be over the top gorgeous because it means something to you. In a lot of cases, people might not feel like they have a close attachment to something that's completely remarkable and over the top gorgeous, like a piece of scenery, because, you got people like myself, I grew up in a hood. I'm not saying I stayed in a hood my entire life, but I grew up there. So I feel as though my hood, my neighborhood is the best place to be, regardless of just things that might have deteriorated over the course of time. It doesn't matter because I'm most comfortable in my neighborhood. I feel at peace in my neighborhood. I could take a walk in my neighborhood no matter what types of altercations are going on, which might be on a negative tip. To me, my neighborhood is perfect, and it's of perfection based on my standard of that in which I placed on it. But if you get someone outside my neighborhood and comes in and they might be like, wow, hey man, I got to get out of here, bro. I'll be better off joining, the army and going to fight in Vietnam or something. And I don't think I can make it in this neighborhood. It's too tough. That's how other people would look at it, who were not a part of that. So just say I am able to gain a different type of appreciation of my neighborhood based on my personal experiences. And many others feel the same exact way about their neighborhood. So just say we come to appreciate our neighborhoods and we place a certain type of perfection over it because no other community can do for us what our own community has done for us. And they say there are many categories and many things that you can place labels on as far as being perfect or of perfection. And they say many may agree, but many are not going to agree. So I would say that there are different types of perfections. There are varying degrees of perfections. It's not just one remarkable, incredible thing unless you're talking about God, who's a perfect, splendid, incredible, astounding best by every standard eyes, because God could become that which we all appreciate in our own ways. Like he can look like a billion different people. He can look like the best person, the best possible people, and have the best hair, and the best surrounds around him based on what we think of him that way. And that's why God can be perfect, because God can be the sum total of all our greatest impressions of him. And then he could take it and raise it over the top. But many of us, or just say many normal folks, cannot do that and be that. So just say their perfection is of I would say, a smaller degree and extent of that. So I want to end it on that note. Hey, I think I'm a terrific, good-looking guy. I know, but others disagree. And many of us feel the same way about ourselves. But there are going to be many others that do not agree with our impressions on our looks of a formerly fashionable